Now that we are done with the first line, you can see what we've done here. We are moving to the next stage now. So for the next stage, you are going to pick the two on the right, two on the right, two on the left. You are going to make your button knot. So you make your square knot. We are going to have 3 square knots in all, which will give us about 6 knots. So that is 1 square knot. Do another one, right, left. That is the second square knot. Then the last one now, do it right, left. So we have 3 square knots now to give us our button knot. So you pull it. We pick the 2 in the middle. We pass. So we pass it through this opening. We draw it out. Then we pull it tight. We pick the 2 ropes here. You tie another knot. You tie the knot. So you can see we have made our knots now. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to make multiple alternative square knots here. You're going to pick the first 2 here and the first 2 on your left. You make square knots. Make your square knots. Then you pick 2 here and the last 2 here. You make your square knots. You come to the right hand side. You have 4 ropes, 2 from the first one and the 2 here. You make another square knot. So we now, the last one, which will give us the 4th one, we make another square knot. So now that we have made our multiple square knots, we have the same thing here. Now we have made our button knots. We are going to make another square knot here. Then here you make another square knot with these 4 ropes. This like this, you make another square knot. We are trying to get to the next stage now, the second stage. So now, having done this, we are now going to continue our pattern. We want to achieve this under here. So what you are going to do now is this. You have this 4. You are going to make use of this 4. We start with the first one. You roll it over twice. So when you roll it over, you are going to have your 4 ropes like this. We have already rolled it over. You can see what we are having here. After that, we are going to pick this now, but this will now come this way. This way. We are going to do the same thing. You do it down. So we have finished this line. We pick this one. This is the 3rd rope. You bring it under like we did. You are going to do the same thing. You roll it over twice. So we have finished with this. I told you we are using 4 ropes. So this is the last one. You are now bringing it up this way. You cross it over this. You still do it twice. Now we are done with the pattern. We have used our 4 ropes. We are now going to make a square knot down here. Secure it with a square knot. See what we have here. The same thing we have here is what we are going to reproduce here. We are going to do the same thing. So we are done with this other side. So you can see that what we have here is repeated here. So the square knots that you have here, alternative square knots, we are going to repeat the same here. So you pick it. then the last one to close on this. So we have our pattern now. You can see it. This is how we are going to continue. So as you continue with the pattern, this is what it will give you. Just coming like this, like I've showed you. You have this. That's what it will give you.